All right, Ohio State quarterback and Heisman hopeful and Heisman finalist CJ Stroud makes excuses for why Michigan obliterated Ohio State. Let's talk about it. Check out the College Sports playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media links are in the description. If you want to reach out, you can reach out anytime. If you want to go on through something, you want to chop it up, or video quest, hit me up. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal in the description. All that's in the description and roll at the bottom of your screen. Um, so it says CJ Stroud says he's not making excuses, but Ohio State players had the flu when they lost to Michigan. Griffin Storm said CJ Stroud says I'm not making excuses, but that many of the Buckeyes had having the flu for the Michigan game kind of does matter. So they said, not like this, CJ. Look, you had a fine season. You're going to the Rose Bowl, sure. You got dominated by Michigan with the Big Ten championship and college football playoff appearance on the line, but it was a fine season nonetheless. Don't embarrass yourself anymore by trying out this nonsense about losing to the Wolverine because players had the flu. Even if it's 100% true, you don't say it now. You know why you lost to Michigan because Haskins ran for 169 yards and 5 touchdowns on your Swiss cheese defense. Aiden Hutchinson made it look like you had turnstiles at left tackle. So, um, so I mean, he goes on. Even if players on the roster had the flu, what does it do? What does it do saying this now? What does it do now? Saying whatever. Quote: I'm not making excuses. Says your local excuse maker. Before a Michigan game, I thought Ohio State was the only team with enough offensive firepower to beat Georgia. Obviously, that was disproven by Alabama, but I wish I had known Ohio State best player was the biggest excuse guy in the country before I bet on them against Michigan. That quote made me sad to read. Just take your beating like a man. It's quite clear to me where Ohio State left Ann Arbor with the tail tucked between its legs. Now, Ryan Day was creating a culture where nobody has to take accountability for anything, that everyone can just say they were a little sick when they lost the biggest game of the year, and that's good enough for them. Tough scenes. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, if it's true, yeah, he right. You don't say that. I'm not sure if they was talking trash leading up to to the game or how confident they was, but would this be a story if they beat Michigan? Excuse me, probably not. This probably wouldn't be a story. But like I said before, a lot of people tend to pick. It was picking Michigan. Said it was time. Saying it's time for Michigan to overcome their fear about beating Ohio State. They did. They ran through Ohio State. But if it was true, then CJ Stroud have another year to prove it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Detroit Lions right now they got the flu. So maybe it's some validity to what you're saying, but you don't wait till after they win a Big Ten title and making excuses, man. You just eat it next year. If y'all run through Michigan, I'll be Michigan. You reveal it then, or you reveal it in your memoir or your book or whatever. But and that coming from him, I can see if it came from a left tackle, came from running back, a kicker, but that came from the quarterback, a Heisman finalist who tarnishing his legacy, man. Even though you probably won't win the Heisman because of what happened with Michigan, what happened with Oregon. Maybe if they didn't lose to Oregon, they lost to Michigan, they probably still would be in. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they should start scheduling Cincinnati on the schedule. But yeah, you don't bring it up now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe at the spring game, maybe at the Michigan game next year. But they were so dominant versus Michigan State that that spooked me. It spooked me too. I thought they was gonna dominate Michigan, but you know what they say: styles make matches. But excuses like butthole, everybody got one. That old saying that goes. So I don't think it was the time or nor place to say so. I think next year, if you beat Michigan or going to the game, you maybe say it, or after you win the game versus Michigan, then you go ahead and say it. But yeah, that made them look weak. You a Heisman Trophy finalist, and you always got next year to come out there and dominate Michigan. I don't know if they'd be playing Oregon. Was they playing Oregon at a home and home in the following 2 years? Who knows? Not sure. But at the same time, your leader, what I'm saying? And now that falls on Ryan Day. That's almost as bad as Ryan Day saying they had the flu. And obviously you don't want to tip your opponent in war that you got the flu, but before the game, but it seemed like they was confident. I ain't see too many people throwing up on the field. They still look fast. They still look strong. So I mean, they want to tarnish Michigan wins. Fine, come back next year, make a statement, then reveal it next year because he will be back next year, to my knowledge. But He was somebody who can't go through his progressions where you had to make him, pick up the ball or, pat the ball or go through his progressions and you can beat him. You know? So, that's something to think about. Next year, they beat Michigan or they, did cool. Go ahead and talk your crap. But, them tarnishing their wins, to me, that's weak. And I ain't even saying that as a Michigan fan. When we always run through Michigan State, wasn't no excuses. But, I mean, it is what it is. But coming from him, the leader, Heisman hopeful, I mean, he on Heisman watch next year. Think about that for a minute. He on Heisman watch next year. Do you really want to get off on a bad foot? No. You don't want to get off on a bad foot. You don't want to tarnish your name. Next year, just come back and destroy Michigan. Get better. That's all you can do. But this make you look weak, even if it's factual. Even if you come with proof. Just look weak. And it look like Ryan Day, like my man said in the article. It looked like Ryan Day, building excuse makers. That's not what Urban Meyer was about. And that sounds like that's what Jim Harbaugh was about this year. Excuses, blaming referees, blaming officials, blaming the Big Ten, blaming the sky while the sky's blue. Now he sounded like the new Harbaugh. And Harbaugh seemed like he learned his lesson. But yeah, that to me, that was weak. Coming from the leader of the team, the quarterback, it only could have got worse if it was Ryan Day. And Ryan Day should have got to pull him to the side, like, man, it's not what we about. We come back next year stronger. Don't tarnish your legacy just yet. All right, so yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the college sports playlist out, man, for more video. Hopefully, no more videos like this. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, response, your video request, all my social media subscription. Twitter's the best way than Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. All that's going at the bottom of your screen, around the bottom screen, or in the description, the drop down box. Best way to donate. Thumbs up, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel. That's the subscribe button. There's a bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Future chance to get notifications. I'll go live and drop a video. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the college sports playlist. Don't forget to check out my main channel right here on YouTube. Goodfellas Sports TV for more sports, music, and entertainment. Please.